Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. As the recording of this, it is Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. I'm standing here on Water Street, which connects with Market Street directly that way. And I'm just gonna walk over to Starbucks, which I probably should go ahead and mobile order so it's ready by the time I get there. And just peruse around town. I would like to talk a little bit about staying in Florida. Kind of alluded to it a few weeks ago, and then I mentioned that I was moving, and I am moving out of my little small one-bedroom apartment right here on this stretch of road. I will no longer be a downtown celebration. Someone's backing in there. But I'm also here to announce that I will be staying in the Central Florida area and will be going to a little bit bigger place. A place that I'm pretty excited. The fact that I will be able to have a studio again, a Woodio again. I am not moving out of the Central Florida area. I'm not moving out of state, but I will not be right here, the belly of the beast, if you will, during the holiday, especially October and December when it gets really crazily busy down here. There's some things I really love about being downtown here, but there's a lot of things I dislike. Parking situation is not the best. But I have some fond memories of being right down here on this little stretch for quite a while. All right, a little walk and talk, a little coffee consumption. I'm inviting you to join me. It's good to have you here. Shall you? There's a dog barking over there. Dogs barking. Current time is about 4:15-ish. Also, I never show this side of the clock. I always show the other side. But there is the little dog. It's not the one that's barking, but there is the dog and the bicycle rider on this side too. 2 of the 4 sides. Yeah, I'm not going to be right down here in the near the clock anymore. But I think I made the right decision with staying in Central Florida. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And there's a lot of places within the last year that I heavily looked at moving to. And I decided that this is my home for a long time. Yeah, so update. Not a construction update, but where I'll be living update. I am going to stay a Floridian for hopefully many years. I mean, who knows if I'll be around many years, but yeah, this is my home state. I thought about moving back to California. I looked at quite a few places out there in LA, Burbank, even in Orange County, but I was kind of leaning on not moving back to Orange County. If I would have moved back to California, I probably would have gone up in the LA Burbank area, Glendale area, that kind of vicinity. And I also considered many times to move to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area. And I decided against that. Within the last few years, I just feel like that is not the place that I want to be. Just based on how the proximity to an airport is, the proximity to the closest baseball stadium, which would probably be Atlanta, which is what, 4 or 5 hours, give or take. And just, yeah, I just wanted to be kind of closer to a hub when it comes to an airport with MCO. And the Rays just extended that they're going to be in Florida. Of course, granted, that's over on the coast, but not that far. For 30 more years, we're going to be building a new stadium. So I'm going to be a lifelong Rays, a lifelong Ray, which is exciting to think about. A lot of good things on the horizon. And next year, as I've stated, is going to be the last full year, so 2024 will be the last full year of the uninterrupted, continuous, I should say, daily vlog. So as far as just continuing a streak, pretty much doing each and every day without stopping, with the exception of like here and there, maybe taking one day off. All that's going to be kind of out the window after 2024. And in 2025, I'm going to be starting some new projects in a bigger spot that has an area that I can build the studio or the Woodio, kind of like alluding back to my Orange County days back in 2015-16. That worked out perfectly. As soon as I walked in, they called out the name, said, Adam, your vanilla latte is ready. Do not park down here, it's a tow-away zone. And I got my piping hot caffeinated beverage, a little blonde vanilla latte right here. Yeah, I'm not gonna be down here with the 2 trains anymore during the holidays. And I gotta say, after being down here, I have to park in the spots that are kind of like considered public parking. So I would have to park, and sometimes during the Christmas season, before 10 o'clock, before the last snowfall at 9 down here, there's no parking within like 2 or 3 blocks. So it made it difficult to like take stuff to my place or, you know, to walk in. So that was one challenge about living downtown Celebration, that I'm probably not going to miss that aspect of being right down here in it. But I'm not going too far. I wanted to stay in close proximity to Walt Disney World. I wanted to stay within a half hour of my parents. So I still, when I get to the new spot, I'm not completely done moving. It's been pretty hectic the last week or two with Christmas stuff, with my sister in town, doing Christmas a little early with my mom and dad, and also trying to move things as well and put the videos up. It's been, I don't want to say tedious. It definitely has not been tedious, but it's been a little bit of a fun time the last week or so. But another week, a little more than a week, and I'll be down here. Ah, the fountain. Love this fountain. I will look at this decision on staying, you know, going to the new spot, which I will be doing a detailed explanation and showing that when it is time, probably on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, maybe the day or two after New Year's. Within that, there's a bird going by, going over there to look for Howard, but Howard's not there. Howard the decoy duck has been moved. So I will, part of the reason I wanted to get a little bit bigger place, not only because of the studio, but also that I could do more at-home type of videos. So that is going to be, I'll be showing more of that, but not yet because I'm not complete. Once I want to kind of get it all secured, set up, everything moved before kind of going down that whole rabbit hole. I was mentioning a few weeks ago about how staying here would be the best option. And I know rumor mill kind of started. People were kind of wondering, people were asking me, seeing people out and about, or people in the comments, or, you know, acquaintances would be like, where are you going? Are you staying in Florida? Are you going to Pigeon Forge? Are you going to move to New York? Which I did look at some places in New York. Thought about how cool it would be to be in Manhattan. Kind of tease that idea. So I felt like I probably needed to just go ahead and say, no, I'm going to be staying in Central Florida. Also, baby Jesus is there. And this opens up, it's a kind of a big weight off my shoulders, because I'm always concerned, now what am I going to film the next day or each day? And then I'm also concerned with where am I going to travel to? And then always looming in the back of my head is, where am I going to move? Anyone that knows me really well can attest to this, that I'm always talking like, I think I'm going to move here. I think I'm going to move there. I don't have to say that anymore. So now I'm locked in. I'm going to be locked in. Well, I'm not locked in yet, but I'm going to be locked in to Central Florida for a while. And I can concentrate more on traveling and focusing more on home type stuff, Central Florida stuff, and still traveling. I'm not gonna stop traveling. That's always going to be a thing with me. Just the type of content after next year in a 25 might change. Well, it will change dramatically, but I'm always still going to travel. I also went and looked at Marceline, Missouri. So I was up in Missouri. I went to Walt's hometown of Marceline, Missouri, where they have the hometown museum and all that. And I was kind of tinkering with the idea of possibly moving there at one point. So the last time I was there, I looked at 3 different houses in Marceline, and none of them were anything I would have wanted to live in. You know, sometimes you look at photos online, you say, yeah, it looks not that great, it looks kind of bad, but it might be better in person. It's like a fixer-upper. Well, the ones I looked at were way more than a fixer-upper, so I just changed my mind on that idea. And plus, you know, I'll be 50 in August, and probably don't need to be that far, you know, 2 hours from Kansas City, from the closest, you know, bigger doctor's office, hospitals, things like that. So that kind of came into play. But I always had this kind of like emotional attachment to like Marceline and the romanticism of being in that small little town. But that's not gonna happen. I changed my mind. Backyard birds. To be honest, I am getting a little stir crazy. I'm already starting to think about future travel plans. Just the only thing I could say is just bear with me a little bit, because I've got the move shortly after that. I have to get stuff for the new place. So I'm gonna have to stick around for a little bit, but let me tell you, just once I'm in an area for more than a couple weeks, I start to get like, yeah, the wheels start turning, my body start getting the travel shakes. I just want to like get out and do things. So I got some planning to do, but I also got some business at home to take care of. and I'm not done moving. Got the majority. I would say I'm probably 75% moved. It's been going on for a week, 2 weeks. You'll kind of notice that later in the evenings, but later in the early afternoon, I should say, is when I usually would do the episodes, because in the last week or two, I've been taking care of moving most of the day, and then doing family stuff as well. So you just bear with me a little bit, but I think 2024 is going to be a pretty good year, and I don't know, really a pivotal, I don't say monumental, but definitely a pivotal year for myself. I will look back to the decisions that I have made within here in the last few weeks, and I'll say, okay, those were pivotal moments. Hopefully good. Most likely will be good. We'll see if they're good. Another reason I didn't immediately state where I was going to be going is just because I wanted to get some things in order. You know, whoa, that squirrel's went right underneath the bridge. That's an Anthony Kiedis squirrel. Oh dang, look at this. This is almost like a Tarzan George of the Jungle type of branch vine. Look, you don't see these too often. You see them on TV and movies, but you don't really see them in real life. Look how it stretches all the way up there and then goes down. Ah. That's cool. I don't want to swing on that, like Brendan Fraser did in George of the Jungle. Brendan Fraser just did the candlelight processional last week. It was like insanely busy. I didn't even go, but I know some people that went and they couldn't even get a peek. It was like so busy. I'm gonna grab a seat over here. The back end of Lake Reinhard. I like these benches because they have celebration ingrained in there. See it right there? It's like planted in the side of the wood, almost like a brand. Also, it's been a little tough not showcasing or making part of the episodes and the videos the move. Not transferring stuff up, because normally I show a pretty good chunk of what I do. Not every little aspect of my life, but I show quite a bit of my life. And it's been tough not to grab the camera and be like, I'm going to show this, but as stated, got to get some things set up, secured. It's an interesting age we live in, which this is the first time where I'm going to have a place that has cameras all over, that I can look on my phone and see what's going on at any time, and they're recording if something happens. That's pretty neat, and also gives me a little more confidence to travel and know that, you know, things are kind of being watched over, and the area I'm going to be in is a pretty good neighborhood type of community watch type of area. I've already met a couple of the neighbors that are immediately next door, so that's nice to kind of know, and told them what I do, what they do, things like that. So it's going to be good. Yeah, 2023 into 2024. You never know when you have eyes on you. I always have eyes on me, which is another subject matter. Because I put my life out there, everything, you know, people talk, people mention, people say things, people are kind of going in, and that is because I choose to put myself out there. It has some good and bad aspects to it, but the majority of everything that I do, as far as what comes back upon me and what I have kind of done for myself by putting my life out on the internet, has been mostly good. So the little tiny bit of negativity or the bad part, I can live with it. I'm fine. I think I've been doing this long enough to where it's just kind of par for the course. And it honestly would be weird if it didn't happen. I have a mosquito on my forehead. Of course, now it's going to flip the camera around. It's gone. But I had a mosquito on my forehead. Mosquito's gone. It's not on my forehead anymore. Water birds. But I will miss the proximity to just being able to walk around this lake at any given time without getting in a vehicle. I mean, I was just right there. Well, I still am for another week. just walk out and water Market Street. Bam! It was a fun, you know, 2 or 3 years living. I think I was there 3 years. 3 years. 2 years specifically here. 3 years when you count the bi-coastal, when I had the place in Anaheim still. So 2-3 years. We got you a little snack there? Got you a little snack? No, don't, I'm not scare you off. Got you a little snack there. You were submerging your beak down in there. And he got himself a little snack. Now I know my announcement is gonna, most people will be excited, but some people will not be happy that I'm not going back to California, or not going to New York, or not going to Pigeon Forge, or not going to Marceline, or any of those other spots that I mentioned. But I can still hop a plane, I can still travel, and I still will. I've also reached the point when it comes to what I do and my content, I kind of just do what I want. I kind of really don't care about others' opinions. I appreciate people watching, and I'm really glad that people watch. But at the end of the day, it's my life. I'm gonna do what I want. So yeah, there's probably gonna be some Disney World content. There'll still be some travels. There's gonna be some baseball stuff coming up with spring training starting in spring, and then I think it's 99 days as I'm filming this for the start of baseball season. There'll be a lot of baseball, be a lot of travels. I think I still have 12 stadiums to go to. So there's 12, a dozen different cities that I'm gonna go to. And obviously I won't just go for one game. I'll go and film one game and then film stuff in that said city or that said general area for a few days up to a week. So I'm gonna be gone a lot. But yes, there will be some WDW content. There always will be. I'll always go to Disney. I'll always be a pass holder. So just putting that out there. A dog does not agree with my sentiment. Sorry, dog. You'll live, dog. You'll survive. I love these little Celebration taxis, the two-wheel taxi here. I rented one of these a couple years ago, rode around. But take a look how big this area is right here. So you got Town Center, which is Market Street, is right there. So that's the lake I just walked around. And then you got 192 over here. And then you got Celebration Health, which is Advent. And then you got where the DVC area is and the cruise line. You got Panera Bread and Five Guys and all that. Chipotle. Water Tower Shops, which that's where the first Publix was. There's a new Publix that just opened over here. And here's World Drive, right here. So that's World Drive. This is where the Mickey D's is. And the 7-Eleven, Art Deco 7-Eleven, which isn't even on that map. But yeah, just look how many areas there are. It's awesome. North, south, east, west. Mickey Power Pole's right here. Going west to Tampa and to Orlando. That way, and the coast. Mr. Toad-esque vehicle. The other car that's usually right here is gone. I don't know where it is. See the oil spot where it was. Another kind of classic-y car. Still a little cool today, but definitely warmer than it was the last couple days. Last night was cold. Had to pop into Walgreens. Ooh, the light just went off. Weird. Light just went off at Walgreens. Now they're turning it back on. Up, they're back on. It's a Christmas time. Miracle. So I ended up getting some Chipotle, which is right next to Walgreens too. I didn't realize, so I got the rice bowl, brown rice bowl, and steak bowl. But they used to have 2-ounce bags of chips. Now they have 4-ounce bags of chips. So I went with the big bag of chips. And I kind of use them as almost like a spoon, and I eat my rice bowl with the chips. Anyway. I was talking about Chipotle and how I was showing that map earlier. 192 right there, out of the bubble. Call Celebration the bubble. 192, it's a lawless land. Not really. I lived in many places on Highway 192. Many places over the years. Family moved to St. Cloud in 91, and I was up and down 192. More times living at more places than I could shake a stick at. Well, that's gonna do it for today. I'll see you in the next video, the vlog. is over. Oh, nice. Got a little glaze from the sunset that just happened over there. Sunset glaze. Bonus footage.